Okay, let's walk and talk. I am so excited for this. This has been many years in the making, and I'm sure some of you have seen what we and Vogel have been putting in. But I wanted to talk about it myself because it's been a long journey with a lot of learning, and I'm so happy with the results. I'm obviously talking about this. This is the Prince boot from Vogel. Celebrating, have to have a little bit of bourbon. So let's talk about this boot. First of all, I did not pick that name. Vogel has a way that they name their models, and they chose Prince. It's a street name in New York. But why did I design a tall boot? Well, a little bit similar to the Swellum, I had a need. Or in this case with the boot, I felt that your traditional tall boot design, not traditional meaning with no zipper, I mean with a zipper down the back, there were some faults in that design, and I wanted a boot that worked better, was more comfortable, more durable, and had a better profile. So what I mean is how tight the boot can be, not old style stovepipes and all of that. And so while riding and flatting, I would think about this boot, think about what I wanted the boot to do and how could I accomplish that. I had many prototypes made throughout the years from multiple other companies. And then I approached Vogel, and they were so helpful. They were so game for the idea. They were so engaged in the design process. Because even though I had my thoughts of how I want it to be, how do you make that product? That's where they came in, and they did an amazing job. So let's talk about this boot, why this boot is different, how it's different, and how it will benefit you. So what were the problems? Why did I need to make changes? Well, first, with a zipper boot, where the zipper goes up the back of the boot, I think everyone who's had a boot like that has blown the zipper out in the heel because there is a lot of strain on that heel when, your ankle is bent while you're riding. So one of the first things I thought about doing is moving the zipper. Well, where do you move it? I didn't want the boot to look different when you're riding. I wanted it to look like a traditional boot, both really clean lines. So where do you move the zipper? The only place is to the front. And the zipper is placed just a little bit outside, but when you're riding, you really don't see it. The zipper comes down and then bends and comes straight down the inside. It doesn't come forward or down the front because that would mess up the zipper. And this allows you to get in and out of the boot easily and makes the zipper more durable. You won't blow through your zipper and have to get it repaired and have many stitch marks. And I don't know how many boots that I have worn through where the problem was just the leather holding the zipper in, because the leather and the zipper broke. The leather on the rest of the boot was fine, but it was because of the zipper. So that was the first big change, is moving the zipper. The next thing was maybe a little bit more aesthetic. I wanted a boot that was all leather, didn't have any weird lines or elastic, or it looked like a running shoe. I wanted a traditional shoe, but I wanted it to be really tight. How do you do that? And how do you make a tight boot while being able to ride in it? Well, you break the boot up into pieces, because the leather you want on the outside here, you want that to be smooth, clean, crisp, because this is the part that you see. The leather here in the ankle, you want to be flexible, soft, thin, so that the boot will do that. You don't want any folds above that joint. You want it to be clean, again. On the inside, you want the leather to be thick but soft. And needs to be soft so you have a good feel on your leg and you can feel the horse. But you want it thick so it's more durable. It lasts longer. And then in the foot, you want it soft but clean. So it's a balance between how thick and how thin. The big thing with this boot is we broke the boot into sections. The leather on the outside is a different leather than the leather on the inside, which is different than the leather in the ankle, which is different than the leather in the foot. By doing that, you could specialize the leather in each of its places. Whether it's the inside of the boot, outside of the boot, the foot, the ankle, you could specialize them. And so you could make a boot that is highly durable, but also highly comfortable and easy to break in. I didn't want, we all have scars on the back of our knees, on our ankles. We all have them from breaking in boots. This boot is working to solve that, and I argue it does, while keeping that traditional aesthetic. I didn't want to make a sneaker with a leather sock. I wanted a boot, a tall boot, traditional tall boot. And working with everyone at Vogel was amazing. Their design team is amazing. Their knowledge and experience, I couldn't have done this without them. I had a lot of ideas, but ideas don't make this. Their practical knowledge and experience made it happen. And I hope that you guys see this and go give it a look. Give it a try. It is different, sure, but it also looks the same. And I know that this product works because I use it. I use it every day. I know it will help you. So please go to Vogel, try out the boot, talk to them. This boot is modern, but classical. And I'm so happy that it's finally here.